Hey guys, BrawlerClaw67 here, and today I'm going to do a little bit of a different video. I actually spent yesterday I started watching this guy on YouTube named the Gaijin Goombah, and he does a lot of really interesting videos on taking different aspects of video games and comparing them to the culture of cultural references that they came from. And I was really inspired by these videos, and I felt like I wanted to do a little bit of research and come up with my own kind of videos like that. So, first, starting off, I've got the first thing that came to my head when I started watching these videos. In his videos, he actually encourages the viewers to go ahead and do the same that he does. So I did, and the first thing that came to my head was Dynasty Warriors, or specifically Samurai Warriors. And the first character that came to my head is Masamune Date, or in real life, Date Masamune. So, basically what I'm going to do is, he's able to do kind of like take a video game or a franchise and actually do multiple different aspects of it, usually. But I don't feel like I can do that within 7 minutes, because I get very long-winded, unfortunately. But, please bear with me. Please don't leave the video because I said that. Thank you. But, so I feel like I get into a lot more detail, so I feel like I'd be able to do just one specific character. But without further ado, Date Masamune. So, the Samurai Warriors version. Specifically Samurai Warriors and not Sengoku Basara, because I've never played that before, and I don't know it as well. I just figured Samurai Warriors, I'd do that one instead. But, Samurai Warriors version. I'm basically reading straight off my notes. I actually tried recording this earlier, but it didn't work out that well, because it wouldn't actually, my editing software wouldn't accept it, the file, so I don't know, I'm re-recording it, hopefully it'll work. But, I don't have a script, I'm just reading off my notes, kind of improvising. So, anyway, Samurai Warriors version of Masamune Date. So he's very arrogant and impulsive, yet very clever. He craves to be the ruler of Japan, but knows when to submit to others if it means keeping his ambitions alive. He became a ruler/fighter at the age of 14. I'm actually getting most of my my resources for Samurai Warriors would be on the Wikia, and then the real life Masamune Date from Wikipedia, just so you guys know. But in Samurai Warriors, he wears armor with various gold trims and symbols. He wears an eye patch, and his hat has a huge crescent moon on it. Kind of like an ornament. Not like a design, but an ornament. He fights with a sword and gun combo. He fought with many other warlords to prove that he had what it takes to rule Japan. He wanted to be respected and adored by others, which influences his war decisions. He often stood up against Nobunaga Oda, who was attempting to conquer Japan. He wanted to be considered more than just a boy. After slaying Nobunaga, he decided to himself that he would seek alternative solutions to the problems of the culture, gaining benefits from various acts of other countries, which was very against Japanese culture at the time. Realizing that he's no match for Hideyoshi Toyotomi, he surrenders in hopes of keeping his homeland. By the way, sorry if I'm not pronouncing any of these right. Usually the Samurai Warriors characters I can pronounce pretty accurately because they're said in the game, but again, I might not pronounce everything correctly. So he was seen as a valuable asset to both Hideyoshi and Ieyasu in battle. Ieyasu is Hideyoshi's successor. And he was kept as a he kept his high position under both of them. He tried to unify the whole land of Japan under a new era. Was the biggest thing, a new era. Not just like, oh, I'm uniting Japan, but a new era. Anyway, the real life Masamune Date. So, he was very capable as a tactician. He turned on various relationships with other lands, and he sought to conquer and pillage many lands. So he was seemingly ruthless, but he was also very clever. He wears a helmet. He wore a helmet, I should say. He wore a helmet with a crescent moon on it, which won him a fearsome reputation. He lost his eye to smallpox, one of his eyes to smallpox. While it is undetermined whether or not he lost it due to him actually cutting out himself in fear of it being a disadvantage in battle, or whether he asked one of his trusty retainers, again I might pronounce this wrong, Katakura Kojiro, to gouge it out for him. Either way, he was shunned by his mother because of this decision, because of losing his eye. Not only his decision. Because of losing his eye, he was shunned by his mother, who claimed he was unfit to take over as the Date clan leader. I believe, out of my resources, I tried as best as I could to actually find multiple different resources that said this, because I wanted to make 100% sure. I believe he did actually have gold on his armor, which was seen by onlookers as a sign of arrogance yet strength, to his armor and his army's armor. He began his first campaign with his father at the age of 14 in 1581. At the age of 17, he succeeded his father as the head of the Date clan. The Date clan was a pretty big ruling power at the time, with many marriage relationships to form alliances with their clans. When he rose to power, one of his retainers, Ochi Sadatsuna, betrayed him for the Ashina clan. Masamune declared war on the Ashina for this betrayal, but he was unsuccessful. He began to betray other alliances in favor of conquering them so he could get enough power to eventually defeat the Ashina clan and pretty much just become powerful. But shocked by this, one neighboring clan kidnapped Date Teramune, who was Masamune's father, in an attempt to stop him from attacking them. But instead, when he arrived, Teramune told Masamune to kill the kidnappers, even if it meant killing himself. Not himself as in killing Masamune, but if Masamune had to kill Teramune in order to kill the attackers, he said, go ahead. So Masamune ordered his army to do just that, and he wiped out both his father along with the kidnappers of his father. He then continued to fight and torment the families of the families and allies of the kidnappers. Then in 1590, Hideyoshi made a campaign against Odawara Castle, which was compelled. Hideyoshi compelled surrounding daimyos, I think I'm pronouncing that right, who were wealthy landowners at the time, to join. Masamune refused at first, but he eventually gave in since Hideyoshi was essentially the ruler of unified Japan. However, because of his delaying to help Hideyoshi, Masamune expected to be executed as soon as he showed up. So when he came, he wore his finest clothes, and he met up with Hideyoshi. And Hideyoshi spared him, saying that he was potentially valuable, and he also didn't want any more trouble with him. Despite being suspected by other rulers around him, despite being suspicious to other rulers around him, which pretty much all rulers around who were around as powerful as they were pretty much suspected anybody around them because they could potentially revolt. But however, despite being suspected by other rulers around him, Date was very loyal to Hideyoshi and Hideyoshi's successor Ieyasu, and they both rewarded him very well with various lands they had conquered. Finally settling in and expanding what is now the large city of Sendai, he was very sympathetic with foreign affairs, which basically was unheard of in Japan at the time. He funded a large diplomatic voyage to establish relations with Rome because he was vastly fascinated with foreign technology. The boats he actually made were English type of like European styles of ships. He also spared and even encouraged many Christian missionaries to come and convert Japanese people. He felt that these Christian missionaries were a good way to begin and show Japan a new era of the land. Even though Ieyasu because of this, I think, Ieyasu banned Christianity, and after he actually did ban it, Masamune did obey the law after banning Christianity, even though he was still supportive of their work. So, similarities. Appearance pretty much checks out. Pretty exactly checks out, actually. Personality actually pretty much exactly checks out as well. He's pretty arrogant, but he was also very ethnic. He knew what he was doing. He knew how to do it, and he, even though he saw himself as very capable, and he was a little bit arrogant about it, he was pretty capable, and he was also very ethnic. and he wanted to do the right thing for Japan, which he felt was bringing other cultures in, which wasn't seen as correct back then, but that's what he felt. His loyalty and values were pretty accurate. They're pretty darn accurate. Overall, he was a very ethnic person, although very confident in his abilities and not willing to back down unless necessary to further his ambitions. Okay, so guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this was interesting. I feel like the Gaijin Goombah almost makes these more interesting with editing. I'm not sure how I'm going to edit this yet. Probably, I don't know how well. I don't know how much attention to detail I'm going to put in editing. Probably just some pictures put up. I'll be honest, I'm kind of lazy when it comes to editing. I don't like editing. I hope you guys don't mind that. I hope you guys found the information interesting. Comments if you want to make suggestions on what I should look up next time. Comments on suggestions as to different details I may have missed or anything you care about. I don't know. Just kind of start a discussion in the comments, I guess. Thanks guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoy. And I'll talk to you guys next time. I actually already have one in work. I already have some notes done. I'm going to record that one next. So, yeah, thanks guys for watching. See ya.